Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I call this piece Into the Shadow World. Man, yeah, I think it's caused a stir with my car video yesterday. Why I'm that big on money and status. And just to be clear, for somebody who might be more remedial, I'll always say get money for yourself, but don't think it's really is truly pulling women the way you want them to be pulled. And in fact, my video tomorrow, I'm gonna get into the 5 levels of sex. And it's going to make sense after what I talk about today. Now, getting into the shadow world. Like, whenever I mention that, people want to know what can they do to get there. I remember some cats asking me, well, where can I go? And believe it or not, if you go to a public, like, swingers club, that ain't necessarily the shadow world, man. And it will even BDMSM, man. Shoot, they be advertising openly and shit. Like dominatrixes and whatnot be having they have business cards. So that's not really shadow if it's kind of surface. But the shadow world really just in a term is how everyday women express their true sexuality, their true lust. And the key word to get in is lust. Understand, to be considered part of the shadow world, the only entry is, well, one, the women choose. All these people who think they still going up to a woman and choosing her and shit. No, you're not. The women run the shadow world. Understand that. That's the women's domain right there. That's where they free. Like I did a video, my video today about the Office F file. These women be talking, and it's really deeper than that. I ain't gonna say anything yet. I'm gonna let Cousin T-Tal bring that video eventually. But there's actually a level beyond the shadow world. All right, but we'll just talk about the shadow world today. But the only way in is lust. Well, it's lust and a couple other things you gotta have. Really 3 things. But the key ingredient is lust. Like when that woman's looking at you, your status, your money and status is irrelevant. Shoot, in some cases, your marital status is irrelevant if they lusting you. Understand that your money and status that comes into play for surface world shit. Like they'll pay attention to your money and status if they're a professional or something, and they need to go to some event, and they need somebody on their arm, and it definitely plays a role. Just if you're talking about long-term relationships, marriage. And even that's in relative to what they got. You might not need that much money and status if they got it. Usually they just want someone just maybe a bit closer to theirs or a little bit above. And shit. Sometimes women that get those dudes they lust for and just say, shit, I'm just going to be your sugar mom. But first it's pure lust. Even your mouthpiece don't matter as much. In fact, it probably helps if you don't talk that much. It's pure lust. Like just Google any male exotic dancer video. Just Google it and watch the woman's behavior. But it's pure lust, and that lust is brought about by your body build. Now, I'm gonna tell you what. From what I've seen personally, and it's deeper than just the parties, but from what I've seen, from the dudes I know who can tell me some stories, and then ever since I started talking about the shadow world, I've had some people send me pictures. Like pictures, they at a party, or some groups that masquerade as maybe a travel group, but they really a sex group, a freak group. Plus, I'm on a couple of closed freak groups on Facebook. Trust me, the key ingredient is the body. Like if you don't have any real muscle tone, or you could be big, but as long as you got some cuts, like I would say, like the dudes might not be able to win some bodybuilding contest or some modeling contract, but they're gonna have a better body than average. I mean, I remember one set of pics a dude sent me. All the dudes buff look like they hit the gym. It looked like It looked like some pro football players on off season. You know, seriously, that's how it goes. You gotta have that lust. That's first and foremost. All that other shit, and really the lust. That's why I say the face ain't that important if you're talking about lust. Like, as far as lust, it really starts, I ain't gonna say from the neck down, maybe from right here to nose down, because women, they liking some lips, and if you can give a woman an orgasm by how you kiss her. But as long as your ass ain't looking like Elephant Man or something, hey, shit, you all right. That's why I say the dudes who get the most pussy just got pretty good bodies and average face. See, you got these cats out here think, oh, as long as they got a face. Like, I had an idiot, and I'll say an idiot, right? He said, well, a man can have a handsome face and a dad bod and get more play than a man in shape and who's ugly. I was like, okay, this dude don't know anything. A lot of dudes on some fantasy shit, for real. Because I can listen to a dude and tell if he get pussy or not. I don't need to see anything. I can listen to him, because there's certain things motherfuckers who actually get pussy on a regular basis going to say. And especially as somebody who dealt with women on their true lust level. So that's the first thing, the lust thing. But then it's the attitude. Because you got some dudes with pretty good bodies. They invoke some lust in women. But then the woman talk to them, and the dude's like inviting them to church or something, or some trying to be on some high moral ground, or doing something else stupid. There's a lot of dudes out there. They might even be handsome. Because, see, remember, y'all, I talk to women. And they'll say, yeah, dude was all right till he opened his mouth. A lot of dudes talk themselves out of pussy. Or they got an attitude that suggests they're innocent. And let's, since people like to talk about the face, I've known some dudes who women would say they got handsome faces, but they were some Carltons. Seriously. I mean, most dudes, even the actor that plays, if you look at that character, nobody can say the motherfucker was ugly. But that motherfucker ain't, at least the character wouldn't invoke any lust in anybody, inspire any lust. Because your look has to say, look, I'm going to be straight up, and if I had to explain my uses of this term, you quite frankly ain't ready for the underwear. Dude gotta look like a freak. He gotta look like he get down. Like he ain't gonna have any sexual hang-ups. And quite frankly, if you dealing with the parties, because it's bigger than that, but if you deal with some of these underground parties where the only way you get an invitation if a woman who looks otherwise classy walk up to you and say, hey, you want to come to this party? And they might tell you right there what it's about, what they usually do. Shit, they ain't walking up if you looking like a choir boy or some shit. So you gotta look something in you that says free. Like you'll get down, like you ain't gonna have a problem if they like sucking your balls or something. Or look like you got a problem eating their pussy. Or doing just some other shit. You gotta look like you tear their asses up, no inhibitions and shit. You gotta actually have that look. Like, I'm gonna get into that in a second, but you gotta have that look. And then the third thing, you can't look like one of those motherfuckers get some pussy and then be on YouTube and shit sharing pictures. Shit. Even on my Instagram, a few pictures I shared with somebody, me and them just cool. Y'all never see anybody I actually had sex with in a picture with me. Never. Because I learned early, you gotta be discreet. I remember one time a woman just told me straight up, she was talking about something, and she was married, come off as innocent. And I said, yeah, if I do anything with anybody, it stays with me. She looked me dead in the eye at that moment and said, yeah, you be the guy I cheat with. And she wasn't joking, she wasn't smiling. So you basically got to have a physicality. Understand that word, physicality. That inspires lust. And that shit starts at the lips and goes down. And especially if you have a print. That's why, like, a lot of dudes be looking at another man. And I don't judge another man's face, because I know the woman, if on a lust level, ain't looking at his face. In fact, women looking at some shit we ain't even thinking about. And now they're just looking at him. They got to feel the motherfucker. So, I mean, that's what you got to do to even think about getting in that shadow world. And really, it's nothing really, honestly. Best you can do is, one, hit the gym, get your body in the best shape possible. And don't worry if you're a bigger dude, just get that kind of like a hard look. Like you could like body slam some shit. Oh, you get some women, they want that. They say, fuck, yeah, shoot, fuck that like slim dude with the cuts. Give it that big hamburger eating motherfucker, look like you can flip it. My favorite story was that with that is this sister, she was about 5'9" already, big girl. Sexy big girl though. And her boyfriend was like 6'9". And I looked at her, I said, yeah, you got that big motherfucker because he can flip your ass. And she bust out laughing and gave me a high five. Because you gotta look, I mean, you gotta look like you can handle a woman in the bedroom. And like, you'll shoot. And I don't know gentle shit either. I don't know like rose petal love either. You gotta look, I'm gonna just be raw. You gotta look like you can fuck. Not make love, not have sex. You gotta look like you can fuck to get in the underworld. Because at that level, it ain't about no love and mutual respect and y'all got to know each other in character. When women dip into that underworld, whether it's that high-powered executive or that soccer mom or the church first lady, shit, they ain't going there. They can get that like rose petal love from them men. They're regular men. Shit, they going in there to get that raw lust. They ain't worried about the kids, job, whatever, where they can let go. Because women can't really let go in the surface world. That's why the underworld is there. Because men have always judged women's sexuality and tried to hold them back. So, you know, they get up in that, make sure my glass is straight. I be driving up here, my glasses all crooked. Them motherfuckers don't even tell me. But, you know, they want that raw, they want that passion. They want that bed rattling. They want that abandoned. Because understand, and only one person probably gonna pick up what I'm about to say, like the real meaning, but because he know it, and I ain't gonna even say the person. I'll let him shout himself out. They want that chaos. They want to just let go. That's a woman's nature. They just want to let the fuck go. So they get that guy, one who can arouse them. Like a woman can have an orgasm just looking at a man's body. They can go into a trance or something. Shit, as soon as they see him, they be like taking their panties off, talking about, I won't be needing these. Man, that's a fat ass young. But that's the thing. Maybe shit. And then you gotta have that attitude, like if she tell you like she did some freaky shit, you ain't gonna be like, oh, you bad woman, or you got some fuckery with you. Let me tell you what, a lot of people, as soon as like some judgmental shit come out your mouth, you might as well give up that underworld. Give up going there. As soon as you say that shit around a woman, she's like, oh, well, damn, he was cute too. Seriously, they could be like, fuck you. That's when you get that pedestrian ass sex if you get anything at all. And then they want to make sure you be quiet. If you that type, be talking and shit, or like say you on a job, right? Like I just did that F-file response video. Say you on a job, the women checking you out. One of the things they're gonna check you out for is discreetness. Like if you stroke a woman, they want to know are you up there telling all the dudes in the office? Because trust me, they'll get back to them. Because one of those dudes you talking to gay and is going to go back to them and tell them. So if they feel like this motherfucker ain't going to be quiet, women big on discreet, even if they ain't in a relationship with you. Because a lot of times a woman, she'll dip in that underworld, let her lust go with one dude, but then marry another one. And she don't want the dudes that she'll actually marry or from a marriage pool, relationship pool, know how she get down. So even if it's just a casual thing, they don't want to be seen with your ass. They really don't. Your ass need to come over. You need to come over at 12:30. Get your ass out the house by 4. And trust me, if you've been around long enough, you done seen that. I remember I had a neighbor across the street, had a house, he had 2 sons, and she had that freak energy. I see a car pull up, I'll get up one night, and I started nosing, there'd be a car over there. That car wouldn't show up until about 1 in the morning. And then I had to work at the time, get up real early, get to work. And I say, damn, Motherfucker gone already. That's how it works. And like I said, you gotta have that attitude. You gotta have that look. That's the real deal. That's the real deal if you want to fuck with that world. Now, here's the thing. Here's one more thing. You can't lie and get in that world, and here's the reason. You can tell a woman you a CEO or whatever, you important and all this. You can tell her you high value. And while you telling her, shit, she looking at your lips seeing if they nice. She looking at your chest and arms, trying to gauge whether or not you could pick her ass up. They watching your mannerism. They looking at your mannerism, see if you the type who's dominant, period. How you walking. And rest assured, they looking at your print. You can't lie about those things. Even if you try to watch somebody and how they stand and how they be dominant. Trust me, women paying attention to every little thing. And they ain't saying anything. They evaluating. That's why a lot of dudes be thinking they getting over on a woman. They really not. They really not. They just dealing with them for some other shit. Like I said, I'll talk about that shit tomorrow. 5 levels of sex women have. So, anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.